Good morning to one and all present here. My name is Arav Roni. I am studying 2nd standard A section. Today I am going to tell about Mahatma Gandhi, father of nation. Mahatma Gandhi was a great hero of India. His full name was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi is known as the father of the nation or Bapu. He was born on 2nd October 1869 in Porbandar, Gujarat. In his remembrance, this day is celebrated as Gandhi Jayanti every year. He followed the path of non-violence. He wore pure khadi and was a follower of simple living and high thinking. He carried out various freedom movements including Satyagraha, Quit India movement, Non-Cooperation movement, etc. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Good morning, principals and teachers and my dear friends. On this occasion, we celebrate Gandhiji's birthday as our national festival. Gandhiji showed the power of peacefully opposing oppression, injustice and hatred. His example has inspired many other history makers such as Martin Luther the King Jr., Václav Havel and Nelson Mandela. Today, we celebrate the birthday of Mahatma Gandhiji and his resounding legacy of non-violence. Gandhiji showed his courage and stand up for what he believed in. He faced discrimination when he was lived in South Africa, but he chose to try and change their perception of people of color instead of letting it get him down. He said real courage required wisdom. Courage is important because we all have to do things we don't like sometimes. Gandhiji believed that at the core of every religion was truth, non-violence and the golden rule. Despite his belief in Hinduism, he was also critical of many of the social practices of Hinduism and sought to reform the religion. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Good morning to all teachers and principals and my dear friends. Today I am here to speak about my admiration for Mahatma Gandhi on the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti. The person whom I admired is Mahatma Gandhi. He was from India. He is known as the father of nation in India as he played a very important role in gaining the freedom of India. Mahatma Gandhi gave the Indian people not only the freedom but also the new thoughts of non-violence and sustainable living. There are some qualities about him like trust, non-violence, legacy, etc. These qualities are the ones that inspire me. He said that if my faith burns bright as I hope it will even if I start it. Mahatma Gandhi was born on October 2nd, 1869 in a small town named Porabandar. Gandhi was a lawyer and he became the leader of the Indian National Congress. The main things that admire me about him are that he was a great follower of non-violence. About his non-violence, he said that I know my path. It is like an edge of a sword. More than that, there are many things that admire me. Like once, when he was very young, he stole the gold from his house. By this time, he learned that stealing something got to be lying is a kind of sin. So he thought that he should confess his mistake. The problem was that his father was very strict and he was scared by him. So he confessed his mistake on a paper and he gave it to his father. His father read this paper and forgave him. The first thing that admires me is that to confess our mistake is not easy, and he did it. The other thing is that he found a way from the difficulties. The other thing which inspired me is his punctuality. He was very prompt in his life, as he believed that punctuality is very important in the life. I think we all should be punctual in life. A very important example of being on time is when we want to make a good first impression. Thank you for all teachers and principals who gave this opportunity to speak, who gave me the opportunity on this great occasion. Thank you.
Myself Aishwarya, studying in 7th standard. My topic is admiration for Gandhiji. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhiji is one of the greatest political leader of India. Gandhiji honored in India as father of the nation. The good things about Gandhiji I like the most is truthfulness. Take your own step and do it by yourself. Learning from mistake. The achievements of Gandhiji is Gandhiji won the first battle of civil disobedience at India in Chapram. Gandhiji successfully of non-violence task in Kedah. The most thing I admire about Gandhiji is Gandhiji used non-violence against British rule.
Good morning, teachers and my dear friends. I am Sachin from class 7. Today, on the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti, I would like to say about Gandhi's good qualities that I admire. The most important qualities that I noticed is he was a simple man leading a simple life. He believed in and practiced the values of unity, equality, truth, non-violence, justice and honesty. He was patient but persistent. He always remained calm, caring, humble and polite. The other important quality is his unconventional actions. He fought the British using truth, non-violence, non-cooperation and peaceful resistance than using violent methods. His positive attitude motivated the people of India and it leads to the freedom of India. Gandhiji was a great leader. He is a role model and source of inspiration for many generations. He is honored in India as a father of India. Today, we celebrate Gandhi Jayanti to pay the tribute to him who devoted his life for independence of India. Thank you.
Good morning to one and all present here. Myself Darshana. I am studying in class 6. Today I am going to talk about Mahatma Gandhiji. Many years ago, there were Britishers who ruled our country. The freedom fighters were the ones who helped us to get rid of these Britishers. Mahatma Gandhiji was also a freedom fighter. He was also called as Bapuji because he was the father of the nation. He was a non-violent freedom fighter. He was born on October 2nd, 1869 in Gujarat. Even today, his birthday is celebrated as Gandhi Jayanti. He died on January 30, 1948. It was because of a gunshot. He brought independence to India in 1947. His peace and non-violence forced the British to leave our country India. He wrote many mantras for our country India. Once a boy came to Mahatma Gandhiji and asked, "Why are you not wearing any shirt?" He told, "While others are not having shirt, then why should I wear shirt?" Then the boy was very sad and his eyes filled with tears and told, "My mom is a tailor. I'll ask her to stitch a dress for you and all others." For that, Gandhiji asked, "Your mother can stitch, but not so many. This India is very big. Another incident was Gandhiji was collecting money for the independence of India. Many people gave him a check of 100 lakh, 1000 rupees and 1 lakh, 1 crore and so on. But a girl in jail was arrested by the British. She was saving money from her childhood and had only 10 rupees. And she wanted to donate it to Mahatma Gandhi ji. And she thought that 10 rupees won't matter for Mahatma Gandhi ji because he had 1 lakh, 1 crore, 1000 and so on. But Mahatma Gandhi ji told, your 10 rupees is very much important for me because many people have 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion and they are donating 1000 and 1 lakh. But from childhood, your only savings is rupees 10. And you're donating a whole of them to me. I like this and I will keep this very safely and use to release India from these Britishers. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Truth always lies on the path of good. So hello friends, my name is Harsha. I study in class 4 and today I am going to tell you the power of truth from Gandhiji's view. Gandhiji believed that the truth is the ultimate truthfulness and the ultimate reality. He said that truth is an existence, consciousness and ananda, which means happiness. He said that truth is God. He used to say that lying is a big bad habit. He never used to lie because trying but saying a lie may require a person to say lie even more times and this becomes a vicious circle. So a person should say the truth in the first instance no matter how harsh the truth is. Truth doesn't need any support. It can stand on its own. No matter how strong lies are, no matter how truthful they look to be, no matter how strong those people are who try to propagate those strong lies which look like truths be, they always fail. For example, you were just playing, you broke something at home. So you should accept that it is your mistake. If you say someone else did it, then again you will have to say a lie and one or the other day the truth will come out. So instead of being bothered by thinking this and thinking that what will happen if the truth comes out and something happens, you should say the truth in the first time and then you can remain happy. Thank you and happy Gandhi Jayanti.
To all, myself Anushka from class 5. Today I am here to speak about Gandhi, a man of simple living and high thinking. Mahatma Gandhi, father of nation, a man of true words, a great leader, a true fighter who set an example of simple living and high thinking. Non-violence, truth, inspiration and great leadership qualities are what come to our mind. His determinations were strong and ideas firm enough to reach his ultimate goal. He left his successful career of a lawyer to participate in the long chase for independence. Along with other freedom fighters, non-violence probably was one of the greatest innovations of Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhi was the only leader to make use of non-violence successfully to win a battle. His Dandi March was a successful effort where he used his weapon of non-violence. Being such a great leader, his way of living, teaching, books and even his quotes were very simple. His simplicity reflects in his ideas and way of living. Simplicity is probably his greatest virtue. Gandhi believed in true living and his experiments with truth were countless. He always believed that being true to life can make life easier. Gandhi, being a great learner, always believed in the art of continuous learning. Gandhi not only sacrificed a lot in order to achieve freedom, but also sacrificed quite a lot after India gained independence. He was an energetic leader who and always encouraged his people to fight for the country. Live simple like the great leader. He wore the single piece of cloth that he made himself out of raw cotton. Despite this, he became the most powerful person without weapon in his hand. Thank you. Happy Gandhi Jayanti and Jai Hind.
Hello everyone, my name is Aditi Karane. I am studying in 3rd class, section A. Today I am going to talk about few lines on the power of truth. We all have been taught since childhood, you always say the truth. It is very easy to speak lies, but if one knows the beauty of the truth, I think one will always follow the path of the truth. The first and foremost benefit of speaking truth is that it provides immense peace and satisfaction. When someone speaks a lie, the conscience of the person pokes him every time that he has spoken a lie, and this disturbs the inner peace of the person. The path of the lie is short and easy, but it just an illusion. But it's just an illusion which is short-lived. The path of the honesty appears difficult, but the results are permanent. The one who follows this path always emerges successful, happy, and contented. The truth is all pervasive and continues. Thank you.
Good morning, teachers and my dear friends. My name is Subrata Tripathi for 3rd standard. Today my topic is the power of truth. We heard that we should never tell lies. Even if we tell lies, somebody will catch you. If we are the good boy or good girl, we should tell the truth. If we make some mistake, we should tell the truth. Even if it's parents, even if it's teachers, or even if it's friends. I respect those who tell the truth, no matter how hard it is. Integrity is everything. Truth is God. We can't see God. But if we say the truth, God will bless us. Today I will tell a story of the truth. There were 2 boys, Shankar and Gopi. They were very best friends. One day, Shankar asked his friend Gopi, Gopi, did you finish your homework? Gopi said, no, I didn't finish my homework because at last evening I went to my friend's birthday party and came late. I forgotten to do my homework. Next day, when students went to the school, they saw teacher was not there. Then what? Children who didn't finish their homework started copying from each other and writing. Gopi was seeing them, but he didn't write. He told, I will tell the truth to my teacher. When teacher came back to the school, she started checking the homework. When she saw Gopi's homework, he asked Gopi, Gopi, why did you didn't write your homework? Gopi said, sorry ma'am, I didn't write my homework because I went to my friend's birthday party at last evening and came late. I forgotten to do my homework. Sorry ma'am. Teacher said, oh no problem. At least you told the truth. You can finish your homework at lunch break. Now, the moral of the story is truth has more power and respect. Thank you.
I am Akshita from 2nd standard. I will speak about Gandhiji's principle of non-violence and peace. Gandhiji was one of our freedom fighters who fought for India. He is called the father of the nation. Gandhiji believed in non-violence and peace. He called non-violence as Satyagraha. Gandhiji inspired many people by philosophy of non-violence. Gandhiji used non-violence to free India from British. Thank you.
Good morning to one and all. Myself, Deepshika from class 10th, I will be debating over peace and non-violence, the twin pillars of Gandhian thought. I will express my view against this statement. Gandhian philosophies were individualistic rather nationalistic. An individual can happily choose not to raise hand if slapped by somebody. But this personal attitude cannot be valid when dealing national or international affairs, particularly a threat from the British on the integrity of our nation. India's struggle for freedom is one of the longest freedom struggle in the history. During the World War, over 25 lakh Indians fought in a war of not their own, and that too on a foreign soil. If Gandhi's way was non-violence, why did our men sacrifice their lives on a foreign soil? Rivalry with Subhash Chandra Bose and his army made Britishers stronger, and they started dividing us by caste, religion, etc. During this time, we saw more violence on the streets. Gandhi told Indians there is no way Indians can match the British in the force of arms or their industries with those at home. Gandhiji discouraged us by quoting non-violence and peace. Gandhi could have given his consent to other freedom fighters like Bhagat Singh, Netaji's army, to fight against the Axis power, against the British government which was crushing us. In an era of non-violence, Gandhiji supported the Khilafat movement in 1929 and coalition with this movement during the non-violent movement. Non-violence movement made Britishers stronger day by day, and they looted our country for long, and we witnessed it. The partition of India is the biggest partition in the world history. A huge number of people ranging from 10 to 12 million were displaced, hundreds and thousands were dead. It was the biggest human tragedy in Indian history. It was not a peace movement. Netaji called for Purna Swaraj, absolute freedom. But at some point, Gandhi discouraged him and disagreed with him, which was he left the Congress. Why didn't Gandhi take any action against the Jallianwala Bagh incident when General Dyer opened fire at the peace protest? It was a peace protest, I repeat. Gandhi didn't support any of the radical nationalists, though their goals were the same and had respect for each other. His weapon was non-violence and peace, whereas the radicals believed freedom has to be snatched rather than given.
Good morning to one and all present here. I am Pushyami from class 10th B. Today, I am going to express my views against the statement non-violence and peace, the two pillars of Gandhian thoughts. Indians are born to be brave and courageous. In our Indian history, there were many great warriors like Chandragupta Maurya, Chhatrapati Shivaji, Tipu Sultan and many others. Whenever the matter is about their motherland or their own kingdom, they have always rebelled against their enemies to save their motherland and kingdom. In the year 1857, that is, the First War of Independence or the Great Uprising against the British, many great leaders like Jhansi Rani, Nana Sahib and many others have took an active part in the struggle. We would have gained our independence in the year 1857, but due to the lack of involvement of the masses and unity among the Indians, this was a failure. Later in the year 1905, that is the radical nationalism, which was led by the trio Lal Bal Pal, who believed that freedom could be achieved through continuous struggle and passive resistance. Huge masses were included in the struggle, especially the youth and the young generation took an active part in the struggle. Seeing all this, British feared and thought that if this continues, Indians would surely revolt against the British and get their independence. That is the reason British suppressed the radical nationalists through their cunning methods. Example, Bal Gangadhar Tilak was deported to Mandalay because he was a great revolutionary leader. After that, Gandhiji came up with the idea of non-violence and peace. During that time, there was another great leader, the Subhash Chandra Bose or Netaji, who told that freedom could never be achieved through non-violence. He was the one who always inspired everyone through his inspiring slogans. Give me blood, I will give you freedom. He was a great inspiration to the youth and young generation. If we would have followed Subhash Chandra Bose and his methods, there was no need for Indians to wait for such a long period of time to get their own freedom. Because we were very tolerant and had patience towards British, they took us for granted. They created a rift between Hindus and Muslims. Even during the independence, the subcontinent was divided into two independent nations, that is, the Hindu majority India and the Muslim majority Pakistan. By following non-violence, it is as if we are requesting and seeking for our own freedom from someone else, whereas Swaraj is the birthright of every Indian. In some situations, non-violence and peace play a very important role. But when the opponents are cruel and they don't understand the language of non-violence and think that we are scared of them, we need to take a strict action against them. As it is mentioned in our books, Sama Bheda Dhanda, that means request, demand, revolt or fight respectively. At last, I would like to conclude that if we would have followed the revolutionary methods to attain our freedom from the British, at present the whole world would remember India as the country that drove away British through its bold and courageous revolutionary actions. And India would be a superior and a developed country instead of a developing country. Thank you.